I'm Jacob.
And I'm Theo.
We're 10th grade students at Fisher's Island School. As part of our English class, we're reading The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini.
The book follows a young man named Amir and his quest for redemption. During this, we follow his journey immigrating to the United States.
We've also been studying real-world refugee and immigrant experiences, including NPR's Where We Come From series, as well as TED Talks.
In this podcast, our goal is to compare these real-life experiences with Hosseini's Kite Runner, and to help share the important stories of immigrants.
Now you may be asking, why do people immigrate to the United States? People immigrate for various reasons, including a chance for a better life in America or for a fresh start.
Sometimes this involves getting away from a bad environment, as is the case for Amir in The Kite Runner. For Amir, this meant fleeing Afghanistan. Where We Come From is a series of podcast episodes produced by NPR. This series aims to amplify refugee and immigrant voices and share their meaningful stories. After studying NPR's Where We Come From, I believe that another important aspect of immigration is how it affects the presentation of your identity. In the Where We Come From series, Priya Krishna talks about how she could switch between different aspects of her identity depending on the situation. She says, "I was remarkably good at compartmentalizing my Indian identity and my American identity and sort of code switching when I was at home versus at school. This is an important aspect of immigration where people's identities may have trouble adjusting together at first."
In the Where We Come From series, Colette Baptiste Mombo had said, "My father was very well educated, so he wanted the same for his children. He wanted us to be successful." This quote sheds light on the variety of different reasons why people may choose to immigrate to other countries. As part of our project to share the stories of real-world immigrants, we interviewed Mrs. Christopher.
Our first question is, what made you choose America?
Wow. I think it's more America chose me, to be honest with you. So as you know, I'm from Germany. So was always interested in hospitality and hotels particularly. And I don't know, just from young age decided that this is, for whatever random reason, what I want to do. And then I did an apprenticeship in Germany for hospitality. Then I got my bachelor through that one, and then actually left Germany and moved to Ireland. And then Ireland was the place where I started to work for Ritz-Carlton. So that's like one of the biggest hotel chains in the globe, actually. And started to move around the world with them. So I was in Ireland, moved from there to the Cayman Islands in the Caribbean, not really even knowing where that was. But I was like, Caribbean, sounds good, let's go. So that's what I did. And then I got stuck there for, I think, almost 4 or 5 years in all different positions in the hotel. And then the island got a little small, and it's so in the south of the US, pretty much, like south of Jamaica. But through there, you had more connections with the US and the mainland. But it was never really that I said, I have to work in the US. This is my goal. Like, I looked at all sorts of places from really globally. But then what I thought was the best option and fit best for my resume and what I wanted to do was up in Colorado, like a ski resort. And went with that option, and then went through all the immigration stuff and ended up starting to work there. That was in 2013, I think. Yeah, since then I've been in the US, just in different places, and just moved around, and yeah.
What were the biggest challenges you encountered here?
So in general, like, I just really experienced, it's a lot of paperwork, and there's a lot you have to do. I was blessed in a place that I worked for a big corporation. So they have lawyers and people, and they pretty much do it for you. So all you have to do is like make sure you provide the information and be on top and on time with like appointments and things. And then things just kind of go their own way until you have all your paperwork ready and you're ready to go and approved. I still remember by the time I got here, started at the hotel, but they really don't make it easy on you in regards to, so you can only open your bank account when you have a social security number, but you only get a social security number if you can prove somehow that you have a bank account or you stay somewhere, but you can't rent an apartment without having a bank account or a social security number. So honestly, I don't really remember how we figured it out at the end, but I remember that one was really not set up that smart. It was like, I don't know where to go first. And wherever I go, they send me somewhere else. And so that could have definitely been more efficient or effective, or like didn't really make a lot of sense.
Another question we have is, in what ways do you find yourself balancing like the traditions and customs from Germany with like the new culture in America?
I don't know, like it really depends on where you're going in America. I've met a lot of Germans pretty much everywhere I went in the US. So the Germans are everywhere. But then it depends. Like, for example, up in the mountains where I went in Colorado, there's a big like German and Austrian community because this is where people migrated. Like same thing here in Vermont. There's a lot of like people from Austria and Germany, and they came with their cultures and their background and how they build houses and like food related. So all of those things are very interesting. Based on my work experience, because I worked for an international company for so long, I just really I value diversity a lot. And I think it's really important that if you leave your home country, doesn't mean I can't have anything to do with my home country anymore. Like I'm still proud to be from Germany and what we achieved there, and to have the ability to like go and live somewhere else, But language-wise is a little funny because I really lose my German. The only person I still really talk in German is my dad back home, and then friends here and there, but dad would be like the regular one. Otherwise, other Germans you meet in the US always ends up in like a funny version of Denglish because you don't really know what language you're talking anymore.
Yeah. What kind of traditions or like holidays from your home country do you celebrate?
My home country would probably, I don't know, like it would probably be Christmas, but again, like having worked in hospitality for so long, like you kind of give up on kind of holidays because this is when you work the hardest. So it's kind of like a thing that you just, I don't know, decide for yourself at some point. But that being said, like moving to America and actually having like the tradition of Thanksgiving, like that, I think I really like Thanksgiving, which we have something similar in Germany, but on a different day, and kind of not as like, it's not the whole family gets together, but it's also like kind of like, you're just very thankful for, like the harvest and the food and opportunities and all things you get. So Thanksgiving I really do like, and I think that's a very nice holiday and tradition.
In which ways would you find yourself like balancing like traditions and like customs from your home country?
Like again, balancing act is a little difficult with the job I do because we just don't really operate on normal schedules like your normal family would do. So I would say customs. So Ben, my husband, is American, and I think most important for me was that we can travel to Germany and he can experience like the real deal. So we try to go every year, and then most of the times we go on early December. That's when like all the Christmas markets are going on. And that's like really like deep German tradition. And you have like all like the markets and the food and everything that comes with it. And even if they kind of have Christmas markets in the US nowadays, but it's the idea is there, but it's still very far away from being what you experience if you go to one in Germany. So
what meals do you miss the most here?
Oh, the bread. Definitely the bread. Like Germany is very well known for having great bread, but it all comes down to the ingredients too. And somehow they just seem to be different in Germany. But if you ever have the chance and you travel and you get there, you will see what I'm talking about. Like the bakeries and like all the little pastries and little bread rolls. And it's just like a totally different ballgame. So that's what I would say I miss the most is good bread.
Thank you so much for listening. A special thank you to Mrs. Christopher. We believe spreading awareness about issues with immigration is very important, especially during times like these. We really appreciate Mrs. Christopher's time and for sharing her story with us. Special thanks to our English teacher, Miss Jessica Hall.
We'd also like to thank Mr. Friedberg for letting us use the school's media lab to produce this podcast, as well as the Union Chapel for the use of their media lab for good.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.